The Style Method podcast, helping you avoid fashion disasters one sassy tip at a time. Celebrity and high-end personal stylist Amy Salinger dives into style wins, fashion fails, and closet confessions with women of all shapes, budgets, and lifestyles. Expect expert tips, unfiltered advice, and maybe a little tough love, all in the name of great style. It's time to unlock your signature look. Welcome back to the Style Method podcast, where it's real talk, real style, real you. I'm your host, Amy Salinger, celebrity stylist and personal high-end stylist and founder of the Style Method system. And today I have got a fabulous guest on, Alycea Ungaro. She is the founder of Real Pilates and is one of the most recognized voices in Pilates today. She's built a global brand around the movement. And today we are talking about not only her personal branding in terms of the way she looks, but how to do athleisure all day, every day, the dream. How to use your style adjectives to define your personal brand and instantly elevate casual looks so that you always feel fabulous and prepared. Surprise meeting, no problem. Because what you wear matters, not just for others, but for you. When you show up with intention, you give the world your most powerful energy. So let's lean in to our most powerful energy and have a fabulous conversation with my friend Alycea. Hello, Alycea. I'm so happy to see your face, whether it's on video or not. And I'm so happy to have you on the podcast today.
Hi, Amy. It's so nice to be here. I'm honored and humbled. So thanks for having me. And it's going to be great catching up.
It is. So just so that the audience will know, Alycea and I have known each other for 20 plus years. Do you remember how we met? I think I remember.
I think it was the women's networking.
Ladies Who Lunch.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. So full story is that essentially when I got off the boat, just kidding, but when I got to New York City, I literally walked into some spa because my roommate works there and there was a flyer for Ladies Who Launch for their first event. And it was for entrepreneurial women, both of us being entrepreneurial women. We both ended up attending, and this event was maybe 2 weeks after I got to New York City. And I still have connections from that awesome event, you being one of them.
It's crazy. It was so early on in like that kind of group too, right? Like now I feel like networking and entrepreneurship and all of these kind of memberships you can belong to are everywhere. But at that time it was novel. It was innovative, you know.
It really was.
We were early adopters.
Well, I mean, entrepreneurship, I would say, wasn't even like, first off, it wasn't even, I remember, a major at my college. Like the idea of being an entrepreneur, it was more corporate. And I was just like, I'm not working for anybody. That doesn't sound like it's fun. So I, pretty much made this up out of thin air because it was 2002 and styling also wasn't really a thing. And that is why I attended that event. I wanted to meet other strong, amazing entrepreneurial women. And obviously I did because we're sitting here today.
Amazing. What a time.
So amazing. So Alycea is the founder of Real Pilates based out of New York City. And I didn't even know this until you sent me over your bio. You are in 22 cities domestically and 6 countries and still growing. I know you from your studio downtown in Tribeca.
I know. Well, we're still in Tribeca. That's the good news.
Love that.
But yeah, we got kind of heavy into education like 12 years ago or so, mostly because there were no great teachers to hire. And I was like, am I going to have to do this myself? Yeah. I remember I went to a speech or an event with Gary Vaynerchuk, the wine guy, and people were asking how should they approach, or how do they know if it's a good idea? And he said, scratch your own itch. And I was like, I'm going to have to scratch my own itch. I need teachers. So I'm just going to have to make them for myself. And we started with that really just to be ourselves, but like to supply our own studios, but it quickly grew into something that a lot of people wanted. There was a lot of demand. And as you know, Pilates is very hot right now. And so we are training teachers all over the globe, which is exciting.
That is super exciting. And I love the idea of scratch your own itch. But I love the idea because it can be used in so many different ways. Like you can apply that phrase in a million different ways. And I mean, isn't that the heart of being an entrepreneur and being your own brand? And why the program is so successful? Because obviously you couldn't find it. So you were filling the void.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love that. I mean, listen, the reality is that running your own business is all about branding, right? And it's about branding on the outside and how are you going to build this and what's it going to look like to the outside world. But it's also about branding yourself. And you're in a world of athleisure comfort, girl, which is the dream.
It is. It can get a little like boring though, right? Especially if you have a brand that is actually a brand or there's a uniform like there is at my studio. So if I'm on the floor teaching, I really need to be on brand. And I don't want to make my team feel like I'm not on brand if I'm having an admin day and say I'm in my office, but I'm not going to be on the floor. It sort of feels like, I should solidarity with them, you know?
It's not even just solidarity. I think at the end of the day, like you are the face of the brand. You are the one that represents Real Pilates across the globe. And so the way you present, the way you look has everything to do with what you're presenting to the world. And even if that means athleisure all day, every day, which side note, I'm not mad at, especially since the pandemic. Do you know how many people that are like, well, how can I make athleisure business casual? And there are ways, everybody.
Yes.
There are ways. Stretch pants are the jam.
I know. I'm so happy you said that. See, I feel less bad already.
Hell yes. Let's actually get into your style adjectives for a second, because at Style Method here, we love to start with style adjectives. And without you knowing it, this quiz worked perfectly on you. So why don't you let the audience know what you got as your style adjectives?
Okay. There's 4 numbers total. Yeah, I got that right.
Yeah.
So I got 4. I only got 3 adjectives because one of them came up twice. So I got bohemian twice.
Bohemian,
timeless, and minimalist.
There you go. So we have 3 of your style adjectives that fit into 4 questions, which is how it's supposed to work, by the way. If you get an adjective more than one time, that means you really love that style. You're really leaning into the bohemian. If you get something that you're surprised by, which I don't think we did in this case, it's usually an aspirational style that maybe you see someone in that type of vibe and you're like, oh, I love that, but you never quite do it yourself. That would be kind of bringing that into your look. But for you, this totally makes sense. The minimal and the timeless fit right in with the running around athleisure. It's not too zhuzhed up, but you have the ability to level up by using that bohemian in your style from a day to day. Would you like me to tell you how?
I would love for you to tell me how.
Okay. We discussed, I love the idea of like, even when you're doing admin stuff versus being on the floor, that you're actually still utilizing your style adjectives, because feeling good about how you look, whether it is on the floor or doing admin or running out for a business meeting, lunch, dinner, all the things in between, is what kind of anchors you and makes you feel authentically you. Bohemian is one of the easiest style adjectives to mix in. Minimal and timeless, base level, right? You're getting staples, you're getting simple, elegant, you're timeless. There we go. But we're thinking neutrals, we're thinking basic silhouettes, even if that's a simple athleisure ensemble, like black, I call them yoga pants. Can we call them Pilates? Do you call them yoga pants?
Stretch pants. No, I call them stretch pants.
Exactly. I mean, that would be bad branding if you started calling them yoga pants. It's force of habit, to be honest. All right. Black stretch pants, even just a basic fitted top. It's about doing something fun over it. Even a little jean jacket, even a simple earring, maybe some layered. I mean, I would go into the beaded bracelet world because you're in Pilates. So there's like an earthy bohemian element that you can easily pull in with your jewelry. Are you an accessories girl? You have a Van Cleef and Arpels pendant necklace on right now.
I'm trying I have two 20-plus-year-old daughters who
oh my
are.
God, I met them when they were children. Oh,
it's
God.
ridiculous. And they are very fashionable. And they are like, Mom, you're such an embarrassment. So they're trying to up my game. They're trying to level my game up. So, and part of that is influencing Dad, the hubs, to also level up the gift giving. So, ergo.
Ergo, the fancy necklace. For those that don't know, Van Cleef & Arpels is fabulous. It is a clover style necklace, and I think yours is mother of pearl, right?
Yeah, the classic.
Yeah, it's the classic. So I love a classic. That's actually the minimal and the timeless element. But if you took that and layered on another necklace in a different material, you're going to get more into the bohemian side of life. So when you go bohemian, the question is are you drawn to colors? Are you drawn to prints? Because this is like an opposition type of style adjective, which doesn't mean they don't work together, by the way.
Yeah, it is. I feel like if you look through my closet, you're going to see like all solids in tops and bottoms. And then all of my jackets and bags are like over the top.
Yeah. But guess like what? That works.
Yeah.
That works. And it also, for those of you that tend to buy things and you go, I love this, but what am I going to wear it with? This is the idea of having that foundation built out. And if your style adjectives are minimal and timeless, even easier because you're leaning towards those items already. But it's the glue of your wardrobe where you can do what you're doing. Buy some crazy over the top bag, the print, the materials, because that's the other thing that's fun with Bohemian. Mix together textures, mix together patterns. It doesn't have to be totally over the top, but it's still lean in, even if it's just a little. Do you ever go from daytime related things to dinner related things?
Yeah, we absolutely do. We go out a fair amount to dinner, and we tend to keep local. We don't travel very much, but we get around the hood, and we're like, let's go eat at that place. A friend of ours owns a restaurant. My nephew established a downtown restaurant in Fidei. So we get out there and we go to dinner. From work, I live on the block, so.
Yeah, exactly. So, without saying where you live, Tribeca is the coolest neighborhood, and everything in your life revolves around Tribeca. You're a perfect example of a New Yorker where you're like, these 3 blocks work out great, and I can do everything I've ever wanted to do in these 3 blocks. Well, listen.
It's a little isolating, I'm not going to lie. I got to get above Canal. Sometimes.
Oh my
we got to go north.
We got to go north just for a little bit. So one of the things you said to me that you have trouble with is fitness for film. Now, listen, a lot of people, obviously, this is not their typical life going and recording something on film. But the idea of being able to level up for your work is very common, whether it's a speaking engagement or a client meeting, or literally you're talking to your team and you want to be better than what you wear every day. What do you think is your pain point for dressing up for film versus just what you wear in the studio on the floor every day?
I guess I'm sort of trapped by a few ideas, and you can help me break them. But some of it is about you're not supposed to wear white or black or which are kind of go-tos for me. I'm a New Yorker, and because I'm minimalist, as we've discovered. So I'm looking to be, a little bit brighter or something for contrast. I also don't want to take away from the other person that I'm teaching, who's, if I'm filming, is meant to be the person. So, there's a few variables. And then there's the way I dress as a teacher, which is put your hair up, get it out of the way, take your jewelry off so you're not putting hands on people. But when you're on film and it's going to be evergreen and somebody's going to see it 5 years from now, how do you straddle all of those needs and still be keep it real, as we say?
Keep it real at Real Pilates.
Keep it real.
Keep it real. Exactly. First things first is that there is an element of coordination here. Obviously, you're working with a client, so you have to know what they are going to be wearing on some level. I would say that this is someone's the foundation and someone's the pop. So you keep it neutral on one person and you do the pop on the other person. I also, and this is the same, that goes for anything you're doing, today, I'm going to use today as an example for me. So I have a microphone here. I'm talking to you. I have on a leather bomber with silver hardware, and there's lots of it. If you're watching on YouTube, you will be able to see I'm holding up my arms and showing large zippers on the sleeves. When I first sat down, was click-clanging all over. Click-clanging, is that, we all know what I mean.
That's a thing.
All right.
That's a thing.
All over the table. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to pick up on the microphone. So I immediately went and got a gorgeous dish towel that I have just laid down right in front of me in order to block out that noise. Now, you were not supposed to see the dish towel.
No, podcasters listen up.
Right. Podcasters listen up. But it's the idea of like making your outfit work for function first, fashion second. I say it all the time here. So if you're teaching and you're on video, what's going to be moving? Your hands, right? So your hands, your wrists, your fingers. That's why you take off all the jewelry. That still leaves the upper half to play with. Even if it's a very thin and delicate layer of necklaces to bring in that bohemian side of you, it's not going to be overpowering, but it's going to add some personality to your look. The other thing I would say is keep it silhouette conscious. Rarely does oversized work on camera, especially when you're moving around with another person. It's just going to add volume and the focus will be on the clothing. And honestly, it won't look that great, to put it bluntly. The focus is going to be on the clothing, not on you. Whenever we're doing any sort of engagement where we are the focus, i.e., again, speaking engagement, talking to clients, or being on camera for your Pilates studio, you want to make sure the clothing, although it looks amazing, is the backdrop and you are the foreground.
Yeah.
I, even in headshots, suggest to people, I'm like, tone it down. Like, you do not want it to be over the top unless your profession is something over the top. I mean, I'm a stylist and I still, although this is my version of toned down, large silver hoops and a biker jacket. So
I think this is really helpful for my community. There's a lot going on video with fitness people. Like every studio owner that I know will tell you, like, we spend some of our day either teaching online, coaching online, or educating. There's an online component to all of this, and whether that's being recorded or not, for an on-demand library, for all of the things we now do in the fitness space online. We just never really had to think about, like, what did that look like? And we train teachers, and a lot of my graduates are going out there, they want to be the next YouTube Pilates star. Like, all of this stuff really matters, and it's not something we organically think about. So I think this is super helpful. As I literally like the, one person's the neutral, one person's the pop. Like, that matters if you're planning recordings. Like, you want to decide that up front. That's helpful.
And it's an easy umbrella from which to choose. Like, you're not sitting there coordinating your outfits, but at least there's general guidelines. And again, the same goes for all different things. Like, I have a speaking engagement coming up, and I was like, okay, I could wear like a black pencil skirt and a cool, like, popped collar, white structured button down, some great jewelry. Okay, fine. That outfit would be great. But I'm like, I want to pop. I'm on a stage. I'm a fashion person. I'm going to be talking to a bunch of people. I want people to go, holy shit, look at her outfit. And I literally found a monochromatic. It's like a yellow orange. I can't even explain the color, but it's a 2-piece pants and top structured outfit that I'm wearing with cranberry, like burgundy-esque high heels. Exactly. It's crazy.
Love.
But in a beautiful, and I want it to be look at me sort of way. So I always ask when I have consultations, are you a front and center person? Are you a mixed in the crowd person? Because that matters when you're looking at your style adjectives and putting together outfits. So let's discuss how to figure out your personal style equation that I talk about. First, we have your style adjectives. That is the most important thing you do, because that is the filter through which you see everything you do. Cleaning out your closet, shopping, styling an outfit. Does it match at least one or all of my style adjectives? Then the creating your custom style, it's your personality, which we already discussed. Are you front and center? Are you mixed in the crowd? Are you all the things? Personality, your budget, your body type, and your lifestyle. Be real. Your lifestyle is athleisure, and that's cool because that's what you represent. You're not throwing on stilettos to run around cobblestone in Tribeca. Like, shoot me.
Not anymore.
Not, hell no. I don't even, they're like in a bag in my closet, but they're so pretty. And I wear them to weddings, so I keep them. They're so pretty. But the reality is, like, what is the function of your life? What is your real lifestyle? And I think a lot of people get really hung up on that, in the sense of, like, they don't want to evolve into the reality of their true and authentic lifestyle. And I'm always like, it's okay if you're not out clubbing anymore, or clubbing, however the kids say it. But, like, you can still get that vibe. Hi, I'm wearing a leather bomber, but I have on black joggers, and I'll be putting on a high top when I go to pick up my son after this. So
I think also
in.
There's like a managing expectations about your day. Like, as I'm sitting here thinking about days that I'm not on the floor teaching, and I might be in my office doing admin. And I think, again, this happens with studio owners and my colleagues and people like me, are like, everything's fine. I'm in my office. I'm plugging away on my computer. I'm taking meetings. I'm doing some Zooming. And then somebody runs in the back and it's like, so-and-so is here and would like to meet you. And sometimes it's a client. This happened to me 2 weeks ago, and they called out. It's been a client that I didn't know. She's been coming to the studio for 9 years. She happens to come either very early or very late. I couldn't tell. And we both were surprised that we hadn't met each other. But there are those moments that you get called out. It could be for, a deal or a really great opportunity or a new client coming in, or, we're in New York. So sometimes we get A-listers. And if I'm not prepared for that, I'm feeling bad about it. I'm like, just because I was doing admin doesn't mean I shouldn't have been prepared to get called out of the office because something was going to happen that was going to be an opportunity. So it has to be addressed.
I love that you're bringing this up. So I refer to your outfit as your suit of armor, right? Like, if you're getting called out and you're not prepared in terms of the way you look, your energy presents that, and you're not your most powerful version of yourself. When the reality is, like, getting together that suit of armor doesn't have to require 30 minutes every morning. Like, please, who has 30 minutes? And I don't want to do it either. And I love getting dressed in the morning. So you need to have, even if it's just those few simple pieces of, like, a proper structured jacket, or for you, it would be like some sort of quick throw on piece that has a little bit of structure, or something in the shoe department that elevates it a little bit. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. And that's not what I do with any of my clients. I just want you to be your true, most authentic, powerful self. And that starts with how you look. And think about, if you knew you were going to feel like $1 million no matter where you went, no matter who you saw, no matter what time of day, and it was actually a very easy and simple transition, wouldn't you do it?
100%.
So why don't we keep 100%. A really awesome layering piece at the office to start, and that will instantly upgrade your look, and it'll be, one or two pieces. I don't assume you're having the same, powerful meetings with the same person every day. So those two pieces could really float you for a long time, basically.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Simple fixes to your suit of armor, which I love.
I like that idea. It's the psychology of it, right? I mean, at the end of the day, if you walk out and you're feeling apologetic, if you're feeling like, oh my God, I'm sorry I look like this, that's how that meeting is going to go. That's how that exchange is going to go. And sometimes it's not even a positive exchange. Like, I get called out to do some troubleshooting. There's an issue. Somebody's unhappy. And if I feel like I look like a schlub, now I'm out here like trying to convince this person to be happy.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm also not in my most powerful, stance or.
Exactly.
So it matters.
And it's an easy thing. It does matter, but it's not, I talk about that a lot on here. It's like, you want to pretend like how you look doesn't matter. We all know it does. And it's not just about other people's perception of you. And yes, it's true. People have an opinion of you within the first 7 seconds. This is science, people. It's not me. Like, why don't you make it a good first 7 seconds, but forget about them. Take the them or they out of the equation.
Yeah.
It's about you. You want to be like walking out there, shoulders back. Let's say it doesn't happen for some reason. You can walk away going, well, it wasn't because of me. That person's a ding dong.
Right. 100%. Yeah, you did your best. It's like every audition I went to as a young dancer. I'm like, did I do the best? I very best I could. Like, why isn't that an everyday Why isn't that an everyday thing? Those are the stories you hear too about some of the very, very big famous people who did the fake it till they make it. I mean, I think that entrepreneurs can get so caught up in the grind that we forget that the packaging, and anybody in marketing will tell you that, right? The packaging does matter, and you are part of the packaging of your business. So
that's even if you're not an entrepreneur, I would say, by the way.
Well,
this is an everyday thing. And what if we weren't faking it? What if we were actually authentically leaning into who we actually are and what we love and what we feel great in? You think it's an uphill battle, but it really is about understanding the black and white steps of how to get there without reinventing the wheel. I don't want you to be somebody else. I want you to be the most powerful version of yourself. And it all starts with the Style Adjectives. Again, stylemethodpodcast.com. Go get your Style Adjectives. Maybe you'll be like, oh my God, I already knew this. Maybe you'll be surprised. Either way, it's the idea of the forever filter. Put it in the notes in your phone and never go, oh my God, I don't know what to buy, what to wear, what to clean up. Yes, you do. Look at the notes on your phone. You know who you are. Listen to yourself, I always say. You know more than you think you do. That's a beautiful note to end on, actually.
That is a beautiful note.
It is. Thank you so much for coming on, Alycea. I really genuinely appreciate you. And now we can go catch up offline.
You're the best.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you again for joining us on the Style Method podcast. I am always excited to share my knowledge about how to feel more authentically and fabulously you. Don't forget, take that Style Adjective quiz. Go to stylemethodpodcast.com and get the quiz there. It is your forever filter. It's the base for everything that is going to make your life easier related to your wardrobe. And of course, at Style Method Co., that's CO, for all things social. And finally, share this with a friend who needs a style boost. Everybody wants to be a better friend. This will help you be one. Share, like, subscribe, all things Style Method Podcast. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you next time.